So good morning and welcome to Thursday morning, adapted yoga class. We're going to start standing up. We're having our feet underneath our hips, making sure that they're in the right position and that we've tightened our legs, we've pulled in our pelvic floor but not our abdominal because we're going to breathe. Bringing our shoulders down, tucking our chin in. We're going to start with our hummingbird breath just to bring us to here. So we're breathing in. And as we breathe out, we make a humming sound. Now we can keep the hum at its normal pitch, our own pitch, or we can bring it higher, or we can bring it lower. It depends on how you feel. But if you change the pitch, I want you to think about how it's making you feel. So here we go. And let's just do some recovery breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And these hummingbird breaths just helps to loosen the vocal cords so that it helps us to project our voice and speak nicely without putting any pressure on our throat throughout the day. It also starts to vibrate and work through the body from the eye chakra and the third eye chakra to the root chakra as well. So from here, we're going to bring our chin down towards our chest and let it just hold it here for 3 breaths. Now you can do these seated or standing, it's up to you which you prefer. And and then breathing in, bringing the head back to centre. So we're going to take it back. Now if you need to, you can support the head with the hand, and you're just lifting the chin to increase the stretch down the front. If you want to, you can always let the head go back. It's up to you, whatever you feel you can do. And bring the head back up. Release the hand if you need to. So we're tucking the chin in, and we're going to bring the ear towards the shoulder, pushing both hands down towards the floor so that we're not encouraging that shoulders to lift. And bringing it back to centre and taking it over the other side. And bring it back to centre. So we're going to turn, tuck the chin in and look over the shoulder. Remember, we don't want the whole body to move, it's just the head. And bringing it back to centre and taking it over the other side. And bring it back to centre. So we're going to do the same thing with our lower body. Now, if you find that you need to bend your knees, if you've got back problems, then just wait for a second, I'll show you on the chair. For us, like, we're just going into a forward bend. So you're tucking the chin in, you're going forward, letting yourself hang down. If you need to, you can bend the knees. If you feel that you can't, you don't want to go down too far, if you've got back problems, you want to make sure that the back is nice and straight. You can still let the head drop down. You can bend them elbows a little, but you're always keeping that back nice and straight. We're holding for about 3 breaths. If your knees are bent, you might find you can try and straighten one at a time. But if it's too much on your back, or you feel your spine starting to stretch, then come back up. So we're going to bend the knees, we're lifting the head, we're lifting the arms, breathing in to lift up. We're going to try down again, breathing out, bending forward, thinking about your back, deciding what's easier, legs straight or legs bent or one at a time, but constantly thinking about that lower back. If you've got blood pressure problems, you may find to keep the head lifted might be better. And then we're bending them knees, stretching the arms, breathing in to come back up. Again, depends on how far you take the arms, depending on what your shoulders can do. So we're going to take it into a back bend. So placing the hands on the bum, pull the shoulders back, tuck the chin in, breathe in, push the hips forward, pull the shoulder blades, pull the elbows together. Don't let the head roll back, keep it tucked in, push from the hips. Breathing into the front of the belly, breathing out of the back. And then breathing in to come back up. So you can keep your hands on your bum or you can take them away, pulling the shoulders back and pushing the hands to the floor, whichever you prefer. I'm going to keep my hands here just in case anybody follows me and shouldn't. Breathe in, reach back. And then breathing in to come back up again. Bring the hands down. So we're going to take it into a side bend. Now, if you're taking your hands up, you're turning your thumb back, you're bringing the palm of your hand up and you're reaching up. If you've got shoulder problems, then we're going to keep the hands down. Again, same as if you've got high blood pressure. So tucking the chin in, reach down. So if you're reaching over the side. Otherwise, you're keeping the hands down. You're not letting that shoulder lift. The shoulder's still pulling down, no matter which side you're in. If you can, you turn the head. But if you can't, it doesn't matter. You're breathing into that top lung. You're breathing out through the bottom lung. Again, it doesn't matter where you are. And then we're going to breathe in and come back up. Change your hands. Breathe in, lift the arm up if you're lifting it up. Or straighten up and breathe out, reaching over to the other side. And like I said, I'll keep my hand down just because I know that sometimes people just follow me. Because they think that because I've got my hand up in the air, they have to. So if I keep my hand down, it just encourages people not to overdo it. But if you want to take your hand up, you're more than welcome. And then breathing in, bringing it back up. Let's try the other side. So breathing out as you take it down. And breathe in to bring it back up. So we'll work with the arms here. We're taking the arms out in line with the shoulders, palms facing down. Again, if you feel you can't, you can always take them here. You're going to turn towards one side. Bring the arm in, the other arm in, and twist as far as you can behind. Bring it back, take the arms out. Bring the hand in. Twist round as far as you can go. Bring it in. Taking the arm again in line with the chest. Taking the other arm round. Keeping both feet on the floor. Bringing it round. Taking it out. And in. And let's do one more on the other side. Just so I'm even. Bring it in. So take the hands down. You're bringing the elbows so they're in by the wrist and you've got a 90 degrees in your arm. As if you're a waiter and you've got a tray on your arm. From here, you're just moving the arms out to the side, pulling the shoulder blades together, bringing them back in. Bringing them out. Squeeze them shoulder blades together. Bring them back in. Let's do one more with the palms up. And bring it back in. I'm just going to plug my computer in. So now we're going to turn the palms over. So the palms are flat down. And do the same thing. Reaching them out. And back in. Taking them out. And back in. And last one, taking them out. And back in. We're going to turn the palms. We're going to take it out. Then we're going to push the arms out. lift them up as far as they can go. So at any point you think, oh, that's as far as I can go, you take it to there, you bring it back down. You're pulling the elbows back in towards your sides, and you're bringing them back in. We're turning the palms, we're taking them out, we're pushing the hands out, we're lifting them back up. Oh, that one's my killer side. Bringing it down, pulling them in, bringing them forward. Let's try one more on each side. Turn the palms up, take them out. These are the exercises that they give you when you've got a shoulder injury, which I have. So bringing the arms up, taking them down, pulling them in, bringing them round. Turn the palms over, last one. Take it out, reach it out, lift them up. So see, I can only go one, I can do fine on that arm, the other one doesn't want to come up. Pull them in and bring them round. Give your arms a little shake and your shoulders a little shake. So let's take it into our hips. Now if you need to, hold on to a chair. I'm going to drop this down so that you can see my feet rather than my head. My head's rubbish. So from here, if you need to, hold on to a chair. Bring the weight onto the leg by the chair. Swing the foot forwards and backwards. So that we're starting to work that hip. Then we're going to bring it down. We're bringing it across the body and out to the side. And then bringing it down. So we're changing legs. Turn it over or turn round. Move the weight, bring the foot forwards and backwards. Trying to keep it straight and you're not letting it turn out when it goes to the back. You're working your bum, you're working that lower back muscle. At the same time, stretching. And then bringing it down. Take it across the body and out to the side. And bring it back round. So again, the chair's there if you need it. Come up onto your tiptoes and try and hold it there. And then we're going to bring it back down. So we're going to take it into a bit of a fierce pose. We're coming up onto our tiptoes. We can take our arms out in line with our shoulders, or we can hold the chair. We're going to bend our knees, but keeping our legs in the same direction and keeping our body straight. We don't want to lean forward. So from this way, we don't want to go down. We're then pushing back up. So we're keeping our back nice and straight. We're going to go down again. So we can have the hands out, or we come down and we go up. Let's do two more. Breathe out and breathe in. And last one. Breathe out and breathe in. And you'll feel that work in the knees and bring it down. Give your legs a little shake. Let's take it into sun salutation. Remember your version. I'm staying with the first one with the chair. The second one I'm going to the floor, but I'm going to start to take my knees down. Do your own version. Bring your hands into prayer in line with your shoulders. Bring your feet into the right position. Tighten up the legs. Tighten up the pelvic floor. Tighten up the abdominal. Shoulders back. Close your eyes. 5 breaths. What do you want? So we're going to breathe in, lifting the arms above the head and reach back. As we breathe out, bring the hands down to the floor, down to the chair, wherever you want. Think about your back into a forward bend. We're going to breathe in, straighten the legs, pull the shoulders back, keep that back nice and straight. Tuck the chin into a half bend. We can go back down, bring our hands to the floor, step back with our right foot into a warrior lunge. Shoulders back, push the hips down. If you want, you can lift up and lift up. The arms depends on where you want to go. I'm staying here. Bringing the hands down, we're stepping back to down dog. Make sure that you're pushing your feet and your heels to the floor. You're trying to stretch out your arms. You'll feel this through your back, no matter which version you do. You're coming up onto your tiptoes, still pushing back. Rolling forward, the shoulders come back, the heels push back. We squeeze our stomach muscles. We bring ourselves to plank. We bend the elbows, drop ourselves down, lift up to cobra. And then we're pushing back to down dog. We're going to lift our left foot up in the air and pull it into the chest. Step it forward. We're back into our warrior lunge. We're going to breathe out and step back in and take it back into that forward bend. Bend the knees, stretch the arms, breathe in, lift up. Here we go to the other side. Breathe out, taking the hands down to the floor. Breathe in, lifting into that half bend. Breathe out, step the left foot back. Again, if you want, you can bring that knee down, just pushing the hip. Breathe in. If you want to lift up. Breathe out as you come to down dog. Breathe in as you're coming up onto your tiptoes. And breathe out as you come forward to plank, squeezing them stomach muscles, pushing from the arms. Breathe in as you lift to cobra. And breathe out as you come back to down dog. Breathe in, lift the right foot. And breathe out, step it forward. Breathe in, lift up. And breathe out into that forward bend. Breathe in, lifting all the way back up. Bring the hands down. Lovely. So, we're going to take it into bent leg triangle. So I'll start you with the one version and then I'll go to the chair if you need it. You're having the feet facing forward, you're bending the foot out and bending the knee. Now from here we can take that back hand and place it behind our back. The other hand we reach out, we're reaching over and then we're bringing the elbow down onto the knee. This top arm, we're going to pull the elbow, everything back and try and twist and look up. We're pushing into that knee if we can, but we're keeping that back foot flat down. We don't want the toe rolling in, we want to push down through the outer edge. If you can't get to the knee, you can always go to the chair. It doesn't even have to be that, you can have it the other way around and go to the back of the chair so that you're nowhere near that knee. And that'll be fine. You're still pushing into that chair. So from here, we're going to imagine someone's grabbed our elbow at the back and they're pulling us back up. We're straightening the leg, we're turning the foot back in, we can bring that hand out. Let's try the other leg. So we're turning the foot out, but we're trying to keep the hips straight, we're pushing down through that back leg. We're trying to make sure that back knee is pushing backwards. We're pushing into that front leg. We're taking that back hand behind and bringing it behind our back. And we're reaching the other hand out. We're breathing out, reaching over. And then as we breathe out again, we bring the elbow down. We lift the top elbow, roll ourselves back. If you can straighten out that arm on your leg, you can always push the hand down to the floor. And that'll help to twist you a bit more round. But still pushing. So again, someone's grabbing that top elbow and they're lifting you up. And then you're pushing the knee back, bringing it round. So we're going to move this backhand. So when we're over, we're going to take it out. Now we're not taking it from here. We want to move the arm first. So the little finger will be up. We're rolling from the shoulder. And you should feel as soon as you do that, it kind of as if somebody pushes you with their finger back. So you're giving yourself a thumbs up. And then the thumb can come up towards the ceiling. If you can get your hand down to the floor at the front, brilliant. You can always have a box there. You can always have it at the back. You can always have a chair. So let's go into that. So turning our foot out, bend our knee, take that hand behind the back to start, reach the other one out, then see how far we can take it down. Use that elbow to twist, then bring the hand out, roll from your shoulder so that the thumb goes up, and then lift the arm up. Push down. Push into that back foot. Keep pushing that back knee back. Don't lock it, but keep pushing it backwards. Keep pushing into that front leg. Lovely. So we're going to imagine someone's grabbed our finger in the ceiling and they're going to pull us up and out. And then we push that knee back. Bring our arms down, lift the toe, swivel the hips back in. Let's swivel the other one out. Take it out. Everything faces forward. Push down through the outside edge. Bend that front knee. Take that back hand in behind the back. Reach the front hand out. Breathe out, reach over that front knee. And then breathing out, bringing the hand to wherever it wants to go. Lift that shoulder back, look up. Take it out, roll from the shoulder. Breathe in, lift that arm. Now, if it doesn't want to go, don't worry about it. It's not important. More the twist is important. The stretch through the legs is important. The raising of the hand, not so. So we're going to imagine the person has caught our hand, and then we push back, bringing that foot round, giving the hands a rest. So we're saying here, we're going to take it into the twisted version. So again, we're turning that foot out, we're pushing to the knee. Now for a twist, we're bringing the front hand is going behind our back this time, and the back hand is coming to our belly. We're going to twist ourselves round, so we're looking over that front knee. Now this back leg, we may have to adjust it slightly so that we try to get our hips facing forward. We don't want the hip facing backwards. We want to see if we can get both the hip facing over that front leg. From here, as you breathe out, you can lean forward. Now, if you're on a chair or you've got lower back problem, as you twist, you'll feel that there. If it says no, listen to your body, don't go any further. But keeping your hand on this part of your back is where we tend to get the slip disc. So right around here, you'll be able to feel it under your hand. You're bringing yourself down. If it's only to the chair, that's fine. If you can get it all the way down, you can. If you can get it all the way to the floor, then you can. From here, wherever you are, lift the elbow at the back, look to the back. But remember, think about what's happening underneath your hand at the back. Does it feel okay? Is there any pinching? Is there any worries? So my hand's still here on my back. You can open it out if you want. I know the sun's terrible today. See you later. I'll see you in half an hour. So we're going to come out the same way we came in. We're going to lift ourselves up from this position and then twist ourselves back to the front. And then let the leg come in. Lift the toes, turn them in. So let's do the other side. Turn the foot, bend the knee. The hand that's at the front by the knee, we're going to bring that to our back. The other hand, which is at the back, will come to our chest, our belly. We're twisting. We're adjusting that foot so everything feels okay. Pushing down through that back heel. Bending that knee. Breathing out, leaning forward. Seeing if we can get the hand to a block, to the floor. Then this backhand, we lift it. With aware of what's happening in the back, we look behind us. We're again rolling back over that front knee, taking that hand back to our belly, lifting ourselves up, twisting ourselves back to centre, pushing that knee straight, bringing the foot back in. Relax down. So the same thing we're going to do with that hand. When we're here, I'll do it this way. When we're here, we're taking it out, the little fingers up, we're rolling from the shoulder. As we roll, it'll pull us back. We may even, if I do it that way, I'll do it this way. So from here, we're rolling that shoulder back. As you do that, you may find, as it rolls, your hand, if it's on there, we might be able to go over the other side and down, and then twisting it up. If it doesn't matter. I'm going to again do it a nicer version with the chair. So the same thing. We're bending the knee. We're turning ourselves round. We're bringing ourselves down. Now again, if you've got the chair, you could always place your hand to the front of your knee, or you could try and bring your hand to the back of your knee. You're letting yourself come out. You're taking that hand out, little finger up, roll the shoulder back. Now it may be that you can only get so far because it starts to hurt here, that push down. You may be able to get the elbow down. When you're coming out, Bring that hand in. Bring the hand to the belly. Lift up. Rotate out. Everything comes out the exact same way. So let's do the other side. Turn the foot. Turn the body. Bring the hands in. Bend that knee. Reach forward. See if you can get the hand down onto the floor, to the block, the chair. Turn back. See if you can undo the hand and lift. And then we're bringing that hand back down into the safety of our back. We're turning back to the front. We're coming out exactly the same way we went in. Lovely. So we're going to take it into a forward bend, a wide leg. So you may need the block. You may need the chair. So I'll do it with the chair first. I'll do it without the chair first. I'll do it so that you can get you down. If you've got your block, you may want the block to place your head on. So you're going to breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out, reach forward. Bringing the hands down. Now, if you've got the block, you may be able to get your head down onto the block. So that's where you're aiming for first. Don't worry if it doesn't go anywhere near. The same thing with the chair. Stretching out. Bring the hands down. See if you can get your head down to the chair. And you're just holding it there. We're going to bend the knees, lift the head, look forward, breathe in, lift yourself back up and take the arms down. So let's try that one more time. This time we may try to move our feet a little bit. So again, you can do this on the chair, lifting the arms up, bring the hands down again. Make sure the hands are fine on the floor. See if you can lift your toes and turn your toes out, place them down, and then see if you can slide the heels to match. Now, let's see if we can do it one more time. Lifting and turning the toes out, sliding the heels. Then, bring the head down. You may have to move the block, but you're trying to get the top of your head. So not the front of your head, not your forehead. You want it to be the top of your head on the floor, on the chair, on the block. Now, of course, if you've got blood pressure problems, this will raise your blood pressure. At the same time, it's stretching your legs on the inside and the outside. If you feel you can, you could always take your hands off the floor and pull them back into a back bend. But you don't have to. So, we're going to lift our head and we're looking forward. Now, the looking forward is so that the blood can come back down the body. Now, our legs are a little wider than they were at the first time, so we're going to walk them like a crab back in until we can bend them knees and lift up. Lovely. Bringing ourselves back. Walk your feet in. Give yourself a little shake. So we're going to take it into gorilla. You may want a band for this, or you can get your hands to the floor. Now with the band, you're going to place the band flat down on the floor, and you're going to step onto the band. Again, you're having your feet in line with your hips. You're bending your knees and you're going down and you're trying to grab as close to your feet as possible, especially if it's the elastic you want. From here, this is your relaxed position. So this is relaxing. Doesn't feel it, but it is. You've got the knees bent, your spine's protected, you're looking forward. Now, when you go up, you're going to see if you can straighten both legs and let the head drop down. But what you don't want is your spine to curl. You want your shoulders to be pulling back because you're pulling with them arms and it'll keep the back straight. You may find you can maybe only do one leg at a time. And if this doesn't feel right at all, bring your hands onto your chair. Again, from here, try bending one leg and the other. Or straightening one leg and the other, sorry. Now to come out of it, bend the knees, let your head come forward again to make sure the blood rushes back to where it's supposed to. You can have a feel, let go of your elastics, breathe in, come up. So we're going to do one more of these. So again, choosing your position, bending your knees, grabbing hold of your elastic or your toes, or put your fingers under your toes. As you're breathing out, you're straightening the legs or one at a time, you're pulling the shoulders back, you're pulling with the arms to try and bring the chest down toward the body, but trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears. You want them rolling back. Breathe out through the belly. And then we're bending the knees, letting the head come forward, undo the hands, breathe in, lift up. And breathe out, bring them hands down. So let's take it into standing bow. So again, you can use your elastic if you want. You can use a chair. So I'm going to start off for Glenys, if you want to do this one. You're trying to grab hold of your ankle. So it's not dancers, we're not holding it here, we're grabbing the ankle. But again, you can always make a loop and put your foot, your ankle in there, but again, grabbing hold. You're pushing the foot away, taking the arm out in line with your shoulder, lifting up. Now you're not going down because it's not dancer's pose. You're trying to stay nice and straight. If you've got the chair, you can always hold onto the chair. Hold it there. And then bringing it down. Let's try the other side. So flexing the foot, grabbing hold anywhere you can. Push the foot away. Take the hand out in line with the shoulder. Thumbs up. And bring it down. So let's do one more side now. If you felt even trying to grab hold with the elastics a bit much, you can always do it from the chair. Have the chair sideways. Just bring the foot up. Try and slide. We do it the other way around. So you're bringing the foot up, standing beside it, and you're just pulling the foot back and trying to bend the knee up. And then we're going to change sides. I'm going to make it a double version here. So I've brought my leg on. I'm hooking the elastic around. And then I'm pulling up. I can always keep my knee on. I can always have it the chair at the front. That I'm holding onto that, but I'm trying to pull that knee up. And then relax. So I'm going to get Glenys onto the floor. If you wanted to get onto the floor, you may find if you get a cushion, hands on the chair, whichever's your bad knee, try not to use that one. Go onto your good knee, onto your side, roll up. The same thing when you're coming back up, onto your good knee, hands on the chair, bring your bad foot around, and then use yourself to pull you up onto your chair. So, I'm going to do the first one on the floor. Now, if you think I can't get to the floor, don't care, I'm not going to the floor. Stay here on the chair. I will be back in a second for you. So, on the floor, we're going into plain or tabletop. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. They can face forward, out or back. Your fingers, it doesn't matter. It's all to do with the wrists, the shoulders, the elbows, that they're in line, not where the fingers are. You can start with your feet bent and you're pulling your shoulders back, lifting up into a tabletop position, bringing your head back but not dropping it so far that it hurts. Taking one foot out and then if you can, the 2 feet out, pushing up. But what tends to happen is that the feet roll out to the side. So if I turn around to the camera that way so that you can see my feet more. When you go up, the feet tend to roll. You want to make sure you're pushing the feet together. Plus, you don't want your bum to drop. Shoulders back, push it up, pulling it all the way back. Remember, you don't have to. You can do one leg at a time as well. And then we're bringing it down. So, if you're on a chair, you're going to do it one more time, Glenys. But I'm going to do it from the chair. This time on the chair, you're bringing your bum to the edge of the chair. Your hands are going on the chair. You can again keep your feet here and lift your bum, push back. You can always try 1 foot. You could try 2 feet. Lift your chest up. Bring your head back. So you're doing it on a chair, but you're still working pretty hard. And remember, you can always do 1. You don't want the bum dropping down, you want it pushing up. And then we're bringing it back down. Lovely. So I'm coming to the floor again. If you're on the chair, stay on the chair. I will come back to you. Oh, let me grab my drink. It's me up and down, up and down. So we're taking it into our last one, which is headstand. Now headstand, you don't necessarily have to do the full headstand. You're just going to bring your head down to the floor and lift your bum in the air. If you do want to try it, make sure that you've got a wall. If you're trying to take your 2 feet off the floor, that way at least you'll fall against the wall, you won't fall against the floor. Everything with this, if you've got high blood pressure, your blood pressure will shoot up. And I would advise you not to do it. But if you know you've done it before in the past, you know your body, you listen to your body, take your time. Whenever you're coming out, you stay in child pose for quite a long time to make sure that all the blood has completely gone to where it's supposed to go. Everything is done in stages. And we never jump into headstand, we always step into headstand. So we're just going to start off with the easier version. I'll do it on the floor and then I'll show you a version on the chair as well. You're not going to do a headstand on the chair, don't worry. no matter how good whatever you are. So you can use two different versions. You can have your hands in a tripod so that your hands make a triangle. Your head sits in the back and it's the flat part of your head that goes to the floor. Not the front of your head, not the back of your head. Same one we were just doing the little thing. You're bringing it down, placing your head in between, walking your knees in, tuck your toes, lift your bum, walk your feet in as close as you can. Now don't stay here too long, so maybe just 3 breaths, and then bringing yourself back down, curl down into child, stay here, think about how you're feeling. When you're coming up, you're tucking your chin in and you're rolling up. Now if you stayed in headstand for 3 breaths, try and stay in child for about 6 breaths, just to make sure. So that's what I wanted to do if you're on the floor. If you're on a chair, and again you may want to put a cushion or something on the floor or even on the chair, just to make your head a bit nicer. So similar to what we were doing with a wide leg earlier. We're having our hands, we're still doing the same thing with our hand, bringing our elbows down, bringing our top of our head down, bending our knees, and having our head down on the chair. We can straighten one leg at a time, if we can. And then for us to come out, we bend the knees, we lift the head, we keep our elbows on the chair, we're looking forward. So again, we're just letting that blood go back to where it's supposed to go. When we feel okay, we come up gently. Now, check your body. Do you feel sick? Is there any worries? If there is, you don't do it again. If you're not, I'm going to turn around and show the people on the floor what to do with their feet. Now I've got the wall behind me. Might go crashing through the door, but never mind. Now, I'm slightly different. I prefer my hands in a tripod, my hands down and my head making the tripod. Everybody's different, but I'm going to stay in this version. I'll show you my feet. So, we're walking in. From here, you're pulling the knee in towards your chest. You're not pushing it up. You're just taking it in and you're pulling it in. You can point your toe, you can flex your foot, as long as you're pulling the knee in towards the chest. You're doing the other foot, pulling it in. You're pulling in. You're coming right up onto the tiptoe, and then you're just trying to let the foot come up. You can't see my foot that way. Let me swing the other way. You know what's happening around that side? So you're walking in onto your tiptoes, you're pulling the knee in. Then you're coming so that you're lifting your toe off the floor, but you're not jumping. Again, when you need to, come down, stay here for double the time that you stayed up on your head, just to make sure that blood all comes down. Think about how you're feeling. Tuck the chin in, curling back up. So have a go while I do the other version on here. Now, we're never on a chair coming into headstand, ever. I'm not that good. But we can make it a little harder by coming up onto our tiptoes. So, same thing, bringing our hands down, walking our feet in, come up onto the tiptoes. Make sure that you're on the top of your head, you're not rolling backwards. You can lift one leg if you want. Lift the other leg. Still pulling them legs in towards the chest. And then we're going to bring ourselves, our knees down, Lift our head forward, stay in child. And then bring ourselves up. So if you're on the floor, you're going to stay on the floor. If you're on the chair, you're going to sit down on your chair for the last bit. So sitting ourselves down, we have to give our neck a little stretch. You can always go into fish if you want, but we're going to do our hand stretches. So we're bringing our head and we're giving our head a nice little stretch at the front. Bring the hands away, lift the head up. Take the head back. Again, if you need to, support it. Push the chin up towards the ceiling. Bring the chin back down. Tuck the chin in, bring the ear over. Give a little pull. Bring the head up. Now let's try the other side. Tuck the chin, bring it over. Give the head a little pull. And relax. And let's give it a twist and try and unscrew it. Or screw it on a bit tighter, the way you want to think about it. And let's take it around the other side. And bring it back to centre. So turning yourself round, stay on your chair if you want. Lie yourself down, turn your palms over. Keep the knees bent, but make sure they're bent, that they stay together. Or you can bring them straight down into corpse pose, whichever you prefer. Make sure that your chin's not sticking up, that it's tucked down. And we're going to do our humming again, but from a different position. We were standing last time, now we're sitting down or we're lying down. Is it any different? Here we go.